Hi, I'm Yadi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another vlog and I'll be taking you guys along with me while I go do some shopping, and I'll also be giving you a bit of a life update because I know it's been a while since I've told you guys what's been going on with me, so stick around to see all of that. I'm tired. So I'm back from the store and I was gonna show you guys what I got. The little haul. So here's my haul. That's everything. I just got this lip gloss. Well, I also got some Ben & Jerry's ice cream because it was on sale, but that's in the freezer because I don't want it to melt. I actually have never tried Ben & Jerry's before, so later when I try it I can film my reaction to trying that out for the first time, and I'll just insert a clip here. So here's the ice cream that I got. It's the Ben & Jerry's strawberry cheesecake because that's like my favorite flavor of ice cream, is the cheesecake flavored one because I love cheesecake. So here's my first bite, trying it for the very first time ever. This is good. It's very creamy and flavorful. I can see why a lot of people like this. And also, just like, I got this because there's like a beauty YouTuber that I watch, and she was showing like the products that she used to get a certain like look, and I really liked it, so I decided to get this. Also, I've heard like good things about this because it's like it's a lip stain, so like you put it on and it's glossy, but then once you like remove it, it leaves a stain behind, so you still have color on your lips, like if you have to wipe your mouth because you're eating or whatever, which I thought was cool. So yeah, I didn't really get much because, I mean, if you guys know, like, Target's kind of expensive, which is why I usually go to Walmart. I mostly just went to like browse and stuff. I don't know if you guys saw, but I had my brother helping me out by filming some clips of me. Usually I do it myself, but I figured this time I'd try and ask him to, you know, kind of help me out and see if that, I don't know, goes a little bit better. So yeah. So I don't know if any of you watched my last video, which was I did a reaction to like Met Gala outfits, because I've just been feeling very stressed and frustrated and overwhelmed with all the medical stuff. I just needed a break, so I kind of like talked a little bit about why I hadn't really been uploading much recently. And I guess now I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about everything that's been going on, because honestly it's been a lot, and like I mentioned, I don't even know, I just feel really frustrated. My mental health is just like, it's been really bad because of everything that's going on. And the irony is that, like, I don't know, those of you who have chronic illness, like, you probably experience this, like, doctors always dismissing your symptoms, trying to say that, you know, oh, it's all in your head, or if you're like a woman, oh, it's just anxiety, or you're hysterical or whatever. But like, the funny thing is that a lot of the times, like, dealing with doctors like that, like having doctors that dismiss you, dealing with all the appointments and just all this other crap, like, that's what affects my mental health. And then of course, like, you know, like being in pain and like constantly having all, like, my body just malfunctioning, like, obviously that's gonna make you depressed and, you know, anxious and all that stuff, because it's a lot to deal with. And I've just been struggling a lot. Like, I don't know, I know I've mentioned in my past videos that I'm not really happy at all with the doctors that I've been seeing at the hospital that I was going to, so I was trying to look for new ones, and I managed to find like a new PCP. And I mean, I don't know, I guess that I've only saw her once and it went okay. It went better than expected. At this point, after so many years, I've been like seeing like doctors since like 2017 for all of these issues that I have. Like, after so many years, I'm just go into there like expecting the worst, because that's usually what I get, the worst. But I guess it went okay. Like, you know, I told her about how I didn't want to see the doctors at the hospital I was going to, so she sent out referrals to, like, for me to see some other specialists, you know, like GI, vascular surgeon, to like follow up on like my stent placement and like the mouth stuff. So like, she sent the referrals to like a hospital that's affiliated with like my old hospital. It's supposed to be like one of the top hospitals in the area or whatever, but like, because I don't have insurance, that's the reason why all these years I'd been staying like stuck in that one public hospital that I go to, because even though the doctors literally don't do anything for me, I don't have any other option. So she sent the referrals to like this place, and like, from what I know, because it's like a teaching hospital, a lot of the doctors there, like residents or whatever, like they also work at the public hospital that I go to, because like I said, they're affiliated. So I was like weird. I was like, I don't want to end up seeing the same doctors, except over here I'd have to pay for it. But like, yeah, I was trying to like get it all figured out. I had gotten an appointment with like a dietitian there for like my feeding tube stuff, and like I was asking about like prices and stuff, because like I told them I don't have insurance, so I would have to pay out of pocket. And then they were like, okay, so it's like $400 and then another $100 for like every like 10 minutes that you go over the appointment. But I was like, what the hell? Like, that's ridiculous. And like I was like asking, do you guys have financial assistance? And they were like, yeah. And so I tried to figure out the whole financial assistance thing, and after just a lot of phone calls and trying to figure it out, like, I don't know, like it's not like at my public hospital where like you can apply for financial assistance first and then see the doctors, because that way I didn't have to pay for anything. But over here you actually have to see the doctors first and then get a bill and then apply for financial service. So you already have like that bill where they're making you pay, you don't know how much, and then like they tell you, okay, we give you an estimate, but we could also add other fees to that for like whatever. They don't even tell you, like they'll just tell you afterwards that we added a fee for this and this and this. And I'm like, wow, like what kind of like scammy BS is that? So then after that is when you get the bill, then you apply for financial assistance. But then what if they don't give you, or they only give you like a small percentage of like assistance, and then you're still left paying that debt? I was like, you know what, screw this. I don't want to have like all this debt. I don't even think I can afford it, because I have like so many like medical stuff also. Yeah, so I just canceled the appointment, and I was trying to find like another hospital that like had said that they also had financial assistance, but it's just so difficult. Like you have to call make the appointments, and then like they're just so like everything's so complicated when you don't have insurance, because they're like, well, you have to pay out of pocket, and like you ask them about financial assistance and they make like this big deal, almost like they don't want to deal with you if you don't have money. Like, I'm sorry, I'm poor, I still have a right to get like medical care. I mean, what the hell even is this? And yeah, I don't know, it's honestly been very stressful and even like dehumanizing, because the fact that like in this country, like if you're poor, they make it seem like you don't have a right to like have access to medical care. You don't have a right to treatment just because you're poor. I mean, the fact that I have literally one option, like one hospital that I can go to, and if the doctors don't help me there, then what am I supposed to do? Like kneel over and die? Like, it's stupid. I don't know, it's just like yeah, so that's one of the things that's been like really stressing me out. And then last year, because of all of this that I just mentioned, I applied for SSI so that I could try and get Medicaid, because here where I live in Texas, they don't have income-based Medicaid. So I had to apply for SSI so that I could get Medicaid for like, they call it Medicaid for disabled people, I think. And so they said the only way, like I applied for Medicaid and they denied me. And when I asked them, I was like, you guys didn't even ask for like doctor's reports or proof or anything. They told me like the only way you can get Medicaid is like someone with like a chronic illness. So I applied for SSI. So I applied for SSI last year in June, and I still haven't heard like the decision from them. Like they just keep sending me a whole bunch of like paperwork to fill out. I had to see this one doctor, and like they were telling me, oh, we need, like it's been almost a year, and they were like, we need this info about this one doctor. Like not even to ask for reports, like they just needed to know like the doctor's name. And I was like, I had sent all this crap to you guys at the initial application. Like it's just so, I don't know, dealing with that has just been so hard. It's been so frustrating because like I said, I've been waiting essentially a year for that, and I really could have used like, you know, the money or the Medicaid or whatever last year when I was really sick. Instead I ended up having to go to another country just to get medical care, because here there is no way I was going to be able to get any. Like I went to my doctors, they didn't do crap, and like now I'm essentially in the same boat all over again, because like I said, the SSI is taking their sweet time, like just try to put more and more obstacles. And it's so frustrating, because not just for me but for anyone that has to go through this, because it's so stupid. Like they essentially make it so that oh, we're gonna make it really hard so that scammers, you know, get discouraged and try and quit the process. But instead they make it harder for those of us who are sick, because those of us who are sick, we don't have the physical capacity to be dealing with all of this. Scammers, if they're lying about being sick, then of course they're gonna be able to go through all these obstacles like that. Like they're not sick, they're not gonna have the same struggles that we do. But like someone that's sick like me, you know, I get fatigued sometimes when I'm like in really bad pain, or I'm having like those lightheaded episodes that I get brain fog. I have trouble concentrating, I have trouble remembering stuff. Like I said, when I'm in pain, like they make you fill out these long ass forms and send them in with like a week or something of time, and it's like, who is gonna be able to do all that? Like, it's so ridiculous. And I even ended up like hiring lawyers, because supposedly they don't charge you, they just get like a percentage of your back pay. And I had heard from other people that it's easier, but still, I mean, I've still had to do most of it myself. It's honestly disheartening. I'm so tired of dealing with this. I'm tired of everything having to do with like being sick being so hard. Like, I wish even just once there's just something that was easy. Everything is so freaking hard. And I don't know, like I said, it's been really messing up like with my head. I had like a breakdown a couple of days ago. Like, I just like was crying because like also my DME order expired, and I was so sure that it was gonna expire in August. Apparently it expires this month. So obviously that's like another thing added on top of all these stresses, like one thing after another, like a whole pile of stresses. It's honestly so completely messed up. And I don't want people to think like I'm just sitting here being like, oh, poor me. Like, I don't want pity. I just want people to realize that this is messed up. We live in a country that's supposed to be so like advanced, like so-called first world, and people like me, people that are sick, we struggle so much just to get basic, like literally basic things that we should have. Everyone should have access to food. You know, my formula is food. It's my way of getting food. I should be able to have access to that. It shouldn't be so hard. It shouldn't cost an arm and a leg. It's ridiculous. And same with like my feeding tube supplies. Those are medically necessary supplies. I should be able to get those without having all these like roadblocks, access to care. It's just, I mean, it's not even just me. Like, there's so many people that also go through this. Other people that, you know, are low income, that don't have insurance, or they have insurance that doesn't cover these things. You know, it's virtually impossible for you to get any help. Like, I've tried so hard. I've looked on the internet. I've gone on binges trying to find like other doctors that I can see. I don't know, I kind of gotten to a point where I'm just like done. I just hope I don't, you know, my health doesn't get worse, because that's always like my fear, is if my health gets worse like it did last year, where am I supposed to go? Like I said, these doctors, they weren't doing anything. They just tossed me around like a hot potato. So, you know, it's basically just being juggled around between all these people, but no one actually does squat. And then, you know, apart from that, obviously my physical health tends to go very, you know, like a roller coaster, very up and down, up and down, up and down. So sometimes I'm, you know, trying to deal with all of this while feeling like complete absolute crap. You're, like I said, either being in pain or dealing with GI stuff. It's just, it's a lot for one person to deal with. It just is. I feel like anyone would get overwhelmed dealing with all of this. And so, yeah, that's why I haven't been uploading as much videos, or why I like haven't really been feeling like even doing updates, because I just don't even want to think about any of this anymore. I just want to try to push it to the back of my mind and just ignore it for as long as I can. And I know technically I can't really ignore it, you know. I'm always gonna be, you know, my chronic illnesses are like I said, constantly, you know, I get flare-ups, I go through ups and downs, but at least like dealing with like trying to figure out the doctor stuff, I just don't want to deal with that anymore for now, because like I said, I am stuck. I can't do anything. I've done all that I can. I've done research. I've called around. I don't know what more I can do. Like if any of you are watching and you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area, and you know of some place where someone, you know, with no insurance and low income can see like specialists, like a GI or, you know, cardiologist, like specialists like that, if you could let me know, that would be a big help, but I just don't know what else to do. So it's a little while later. I think it's like 6:30 or something like that in the evening. I was just watching some Gossip Girl because it's like my comfort show, and I finished my ice cream, so I wanted to let you guys know what I thought about it now that I finished it. I like it. I think it's good, but a little while ago I tried a Baskin Robbins one, like the same flavor, strawberry cheesecake, and I kind of liked that one better because it had little pieces of actual cheesecake in it, which I really like when ice cream has stuff like that, like little chunks of like cookie or like cake or things like that. And this one is more just cheesecake flavored, but it also has like little bits of graham cracker and I think like little pieces of strawberry, which I mean it tastes good. I really like the strawberry because the other one only had like a bit of strawberry swirl, and this one had actual chunks of strawberry, which I like because it gave it more of like a sour taste. But I think overall I prefer that one. I mean, this one is still good. Like, I get why people really like Ben & Jerry's ice creams. I mean, they're kind of pricey, but yeah, I thought it was good. And if this is your first time like watching one of my videos and you're like confused as to why I mentioned having a feeding tube before and like me eating, so like I can eat a little bit by mouth, just like small amounts, and so technically I would get most of my nutrition through my tube, but I eat like snacks and stuff, whatever I'm able to, by mouth. And I had a surgery last year to treat mouth, which is one of the conditions that, you know, affects my stomach, affects me not being able to eat, and ever since then I've been able to increase my oral intake more, so that's been good. I really missed being able to eat actual food, so that's been really nice. It's officially nighttime, so I think I'm just gonna close the vlog off here. I won't be doing much, just, you know, getting stuff ready, like crushing my nighttime meds, setting up my feeds, brushing my teeth, washing my face, stuff like that. I hope I didn't complain too much in this video. I just had a lot of frustrations that I needed to get out, and also just, you know, I'm just kind of trying to show the truth of what it's like to live with a chronic illness. And as I mentioned before, I think I'm gonna try and maybe take a break from the chronic illness stuff, because I just need to do some more like fun type of things that don't have to do with it. I might try and do some more fashion type videos, kind of like my Met Gala one, or like TV show or movie reviews and reactions, because that's something that I also really like, another one of my interests. So I hope that, you know, you guys would also enjoy watching those types of videos, because I think for my mental health right now, I really need to take a step back and just not focus on all the things that are like bumming me out, stressing me out, making me feel very, like, you know, kind of hopeless. So I'd rather try and do things that are more lighthearted. Also, I might not be, I'll try to film more videos, but I might not be filming too many because it's starting to get like really hot here, and once it starts getting hot, it's really hard for me because the kind of like heart palpitation, shortness of breath, lightheadedness that I get tends to get really worse. Like, I'm very intolerant to heat, so it's really hard for me. I also get really fatigued. Also, here in my room, I don't get AC because technically this is the garage, so I have like a whole bunch of fans, but they're really noisy, and that's also another thing. I know it really messes with the audio quality of the video, so I'll try and, I don't know, try and get that figured out, like, and I'll see like what happens. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would appreciate if you would help me out by, you know, giving it a like, hitting the subscribe button, and leaving a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!